Calling Mr. Thuber. Calling Mr. Thuber. Yeah, that's right. That's a name you never even heard of. You don't even know. But a bunch of you wannabe cinephiles, you walking around Quentin Tarantino encyclopedias. You don't know anything about Rawson Marshall Thurber. This is the guy that directed the movie we're about to talk about. Red Notice. Red Notice has maybe 3 of the biggest egos in Hollywood history. And moguls, right? I don't know what Gale Gadot's up to, but I know The Rock's a mogul. Ryan Reynolds a mogul. He's got all 3 of them. Okay? He's got Free Guy. He's got Deadpool. He's got The Rock. And he's got Wonder Woman. And the girl from Fast 6? Or is it 7? Fast and Furious 6 or 7. We're talking Red Notice. Let's hit that intro. Peter A. DeLuca, a.k.a. Pad. Welcome to the a.k.a. Pad Army. Let's... People. Life update. Okay. Been busy with the 9-5. Last week, I went like 2 solid days with no, I say no sleep, but it's really 6 sleep. 6 hours, not 6 sleep. What am I talking about? And it took me not too long to recover. A day nap to recover, and I was good to go. So if you extend that into 3 days, maybe it was 15 hours in 3 days. But we're rocking and rolling. We're doing a lot of stuff here. We're moving. We're cranking up these live streams. We're trying to do more videos. We're trying to do more audio. Trial by fire. Oozy Susie. Everything is back on track, drawing wise. My IG streams are back. So the entire conglomerate, the creativity, the fortress of Peter A. DeLuca, it's there. And leaps and bounds with the website akapad.com, where I'm in the constant edit, update, fix mode. The building part, I mean, it's always going to be built, but the building part is almost over, and it's just going to be organizing. I did a Black History Month page and section today. Aggregating content, getting content out there. But yeah, so speaking of content. By the way, episode 443, anyone that didn't buy Netflix when I told you to, you're a fool. You're a fool. Buy the dip. I told you to buy Disney with the dip too. So these are back-to-back stocks that are in the minds and hearts of the world when it comes to entertainment. And you're going to bet against them. Not a smart move. So here we go. This movie blew me away before I even saw it. And I know that's a tough thing to do, right? How do you blow Peter A. DeLuca, a.k.a. Pad, away, the eclectic one? Well, I had no idea this movie was coming. So, here's the thing. We talk a lot about movies. And the funny thing is, I really don't monitor, or obsess over movie news. I think it's useless. Now, this comes from an adolescence, growing up, reading every movie news. I would go to Barnes & Noble, read The Hollywood Reporter, read Variety, never pay for them, dreamed of the day that I would be able to make enough money for subscriptions on both of those. And, the endless rumor mill wore me out before I got out of my 20s. So I really don't monitor that stuff. I love surprises. This movie dropped. I had no idea. I knew I had to just wait to watch it. I watched it with the babe, watched it with the girlfriend, and we just had a ton of fun. Spoiler. Not that I really care about spoiler alerts, but spoiler. The Rock is the villain, and you don't see that coming. Now, Mr. Thurber, that's our director. This guy. His combined box office has got to be up there. He's a consistent deliverer when it comes to giant blockbusters. And the guy knows comedy. He made Dodgeball. What else do you need to know about the guy? He makes Dodgeball, this very small independent movie that we will discuss. The Mysteries of Pittsburgh. We're the Millers. Small comedy. Big. People love that movie. I haven't seen it, but a lot of people told me it was good. Central Intelligence, The Rock and Chris Hart. Kevin Hart. not Chris Hart, Kevin Hart. Now, that was 2016, and that's where I said to myself that Kevin Hart arrived into movies. Excuse me. And the funny thing is, like Kevin Hart too, like Mogul. Like he's freaking on Shark Tank. Then we have Skyscraper, movie that I really enjoyed that movie. I just like disaster movies that are clear and obvious, and it's amazing that The Rock has one leg in that movie, and his daughter, I always forget that girl's name, the Texas Chainsaw Girl, but holy crap. Red Notice, and we have the Division video game based on Tom Clancy video game. I don't know what comes first with that one. So, like, he's rocking and rolling. 2004 to 2021. I'm not sure he's made a bad movie. Writer, director, almost every single movie outside of We're the Millers, he also wrote. This guy is a tour de force. Just the idea that he makes Skyscraper and Red Notice back to back, just with the scale and the expectations of those two movies alone. You gotta give a lot to him. This movie is nothing but a recommendation because it nods towards a sequel at the end. I love this. I love, like, speaking of like of like unfulfilled fantasies, right? But no, I mean it's really freaking cool to see, like, excuse the barking dog. What is happening there? But no, it's a ton of fun to see this, like, building of a franchise, this building of a potential sequel, this building of something that could happen 10, 15, even 20 years from now. And we all know, I feel like Red Notice is a movie that will resonate. I feel like Red Notice is a movie that will essentially win out at the end. Now, when it comes to social media and the way how people look at Netflix, this is always confusing. It's very confusing because we don't really know the real numbers and how Netflix even gauges success. We really don't. But we know they're a solid business. And Netflix, like, sometimes they don't divulge where, like, where their expectations have failed or where they lie. And, like, you kind of, at this point, you want to say that is a stock play. Like, they protect their franchises. They have built franchises now. They have built properties. They're doing it at a rate. Keep in mind, Netflix is doing it original. Like, like, they're very forward thinking when it comes to a lot of these original movies. They're action movies. I feel like no one does action like Netflix at this point, and you gotta give them a lot of credit. Now, Ryan Reynolds, amazing in this. The Rock, like I said, heel turn, amazing. Gale Gadot, amazing. And the three of them are kind of friends by the end. Oh, FYI, if you like the movie Face Off, we always have to reference Prison Breakouts because we love the movie Face Off. This movie, solid prison breakout, and it kind of shows you how much of a genius savant that Ryan Reynolds' character is. Helicopter flying, they're in the mountains or in, like, Siberia. It's like Russian soldiers, AK-47s, giant helicopters, lots of explosions, lots of running. Really effing cool stuff. I can't say that enough, and I can't recommend this movie enough. And keep in mind, leave it at the door, okay? Like, leave the film critic in you at the door when you watch this movie. Sit down, watch this movie, get in the mood to be entertained, and I'm hoping that you will be just that, entertained. Everyone, AKAPAD here, All Day with Dad City Podcast, episode 444. Next episode, we're still sticking with Netflix. It's going to be Army of Thieves, the spin-off sequel nod towards the Army of the Dead, the Zack Snyder movie, which I, at the time, proclaimed still back up as the greatest zombie movie of all time. So where does the Thief version, because, like, essentially Army of the Dead, they're just a bunch of looters and thieves. Well, we get the origin of one of them. And what do I think? Now, anyway, everyone, AKAPAD here. I love you. Goodbye. Hey. Real quick. Support me. Leave a review. Leave a comment. Give me a star. 1 star, 2 star, 5 star. It doesn't matter. Your interaction will grow this podcast. And go visit akapad.com. Everything is there. We're making waves with that website. I love you all. Goodbye.